The Amasia West District Security Committee in the Ashanti region has impounded some 33 excavators used for mining activities in defiance of government's ban on illegal and small-scale mining. Some 27 mining operators who were arrested have since been arraigned before the Bekwai Circuit Court and has since been granted bail. The arrests and seizures followed a joint swap with the National Anti-Galamsey Task Force, Operation Vanguard. A major obstacle to the crusade, however, is the Assembly's low capacity to move the excavators from mining sites to Assembly premises. Only 9 half of the seized equipment have successfully been conveyed to the district capital since the arrest. The District Chief Executive, William Asari-Bediako, who also chairs the District Security Council, laments the challenge.
I was here and I had a call from Vanguard that they've impounded some excavators, and so the Assembly should bring in low beds. And the problem we are having with the fight against this Galamsey is that we don't have all that we need to fight it. Which means what? It means that we lack certain logistics. The Assembly doesn't have a low bed. But when Vanguard 2 makes the arrest, they will call you to bring in low bed to come and bring the machine home. And we as Assembly will always do our part. I mean, we try, but the bigger problem is that those who own these low beds, they are in league with the excavator owners. So whenever you go to them that there is an excavator that has been impounded and you want to bring it to the Assembly, they will chicken out. They will tell you that their machine has broken down. So it takes you days to get one single low bed. And I mean, that's one of the challenges. But the Vanguard team and all of us and government, we are trying to put in place all of these systems so that the work will be a bit smoother. But the Assembly is doing its best. I mean, just today alone, we've had to off a lot of money to follow beds that we need to bring. I mean, we brought in to carry the excavators. This is a huge burden on the Assembly, but we are resolved to it. How much? No, I mean, that one I cannot dispute.
Mr. Asari-Bediako, however, vows collaboration with the task force will be sustained to deal with lawbreakers.
Just last week, Vanguard assisted us, and we were handed over about 10 excavators. I think I took one of your people around and you saw it. At Impatuum and Jeninsu alone, 33 excavators were impounded. 23 of them were immobilized, meaning that they took parts from them such that they cannot be moved anymore. And the 10 were handed over to us. We had to go, and the Assembly itself had to go and hire low beds to bring these machines from the bush. It's costing us a lot of money. But because of our resolve to fight the Galamsey menace, we are unperturbed, even though sometimes it affects our finances. You came and you realize that here we don't generate virtually anything. It's now, and anybody who wants to tell the truth will tell you that fighting Galamsey in Amasia West has never been easy. Because first of all, the district is very large, and we don't have the police numbers to fight armed robbery and fight this Galamsey menace at the same time. And most of the people who are doing Galamsey today, they do it in the night. And those who are using rafts and the other machines, they are very good at swimming. They have very sophisticated weapons in the night. So how do you expect a DC, to go out in the night and then fight all these Galamseyers? It's very difficult. But I'm trying my best to assist the police and then Vanguard. If you like, just ask Vanguard people.
2-year-old Bright Lawe is suffering from a condition that is likely to affect his eyes. His eyes are apparently falling out of their sockets, even as his forehead bloats. Doctors at Ghana's Premier Hospital, the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, have diagnosed him with cancerous brain tumor. Sarah Mabla de Souza visited him at Danu in the Volta region and now reports. Some viewers may find some of the images in the report rather disturbing. We'll have to bring you the story later, but residents of Tamale will in the next 2 weeks be able to access medical services at the first ever paperless and folderless health facility in the region. The Tamale Technical University Hospital will have the capacity to rival any first-class hospital, providing good quality and affordable health care in Ghana. It is said to be commissioned on November 17. Mahmoud Mohamed Nuruddin has more in this story.
Establishment of the 53-bed capacity hospital became necessary with the conversion of Tamale Polytechnic into a technical university. Yakubu Abdul Jalil is designated hospital administrator.
The whole idea was for a clinic, but upon the registration process, when we started with the registration process with Ghana Health Service and then National Health Insurance Authority, then the registration with other regulatory bodies like Fire Service, EP, something came up that the facility that we had was capable of containing so many patients who were just looking at it that it should be a clinic. But upon the registration process, we realized that it was a 53-bed capacity. Why not just commit ourselves? Why not commit ourselves so that we can just improve upon the services that we could be rendering to meet the demands of a hospital? So the hospital came in at that time where they said we needed to do a laboratory, we needed to do a theater, we needed to do a labor ward in that particular manner. So we adjusted the facility to meet that particular requirements.
It took 10 months to complete work on the structure for the hospital, which would serve as learning center for soon to be introduced specialist programs.
We believe that this is going to be a learning center for our students because currently we are developing 3 proposals. One proposal in BTech in laboratory technology, BTech in dispensary technology, and then BTech in biomedical engineering. So with these 3 programs, our thinking is that we need that to come out with a faculty of health and allied sciences so that it will be added to the 3 original faculties that we have within the institution. When that thing came into being, the management of the institution decided that why not we do something which will be different from other health institutions. So we decided that we should do what we call folderless and then paperless system by bringing a software by the click of a button. When a patient visits the hospital, you're not going to do anything like a folder. We'll just use a webcam, then we'll snap you, upload it onto the system, then it goes through the system within the hospital. That is, if you go to the OPD section, then they capture you, take your details by your personal information, your name, your house number, your phone number, in that particular manner. It gets to the health insurance desk, it gets to the consulting rooms, it gets to the pharmacy, it gets to the nurses in the wards, it gets to the lab, it comes to the administrator, it goes to the cashier or the key point. So within that cycle of the university hospital, everybody has access to the patient in question. So we are thinking that the maximum minutes that you can spend if you are an outpatient within the university hospital should be 45 minutes.
The hospital software would also provide tablets in every ward for monitoring activities of nurses on duty.
The tablet system that I was telling you, each particular ward or each particular unit, the tablet will be placed at the nurse's sitting arena or sitting place where there will be keyboard. So where the tablets will be placed here, then the tablets will be programmed by using the bed numbers of the patient. Any patient who needs, say, special attention, or it is the time for medication for patient bed 1. Then the tablet will beep. Then the nurse on duty will come and log on by using his or her username as well as the password. Now, when you use your username and password, then you go and give the medication to the patient on bed 1. In future, if there are problems, we can trace onto the system to know that it was nurse A or nurse B who attended to patient bed 1 when the patient needed special attention around this time. For example, if it is time for medication for patient bed 1, it is going to be, say, 10:30 a.m. 10:30 a.m. If you are the nurse on duty, you use your username as well as your password. Then you will give the medication to patient bed 1.
All equipment for the hospital has been installed for full operation after the official opening. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin reporting.
We now turn our attention to education, and the sector minister, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, is claiming that not a single scholarship was offered to senior high school students under the John Mahama administration for the 2016-2017 academic year under the progressively free senior high school policy. This was when he appeared before Parliament on Tuesday to answer questions on the free SHS program and other issues on education in the country. He, however, assured government has allocated funds to address infrastructural challenges currently confronting some schools in the country. But the minority in Parliament is challenging the minister's claims. Joseph Akable has the rest of the story.
The education minister was summoned following questions filed by some MPs seeking answers regarding the implementation of the free SHS program as well as the construction of the University of Environment and Sustainable Development. Yilo Krobo MP Magnus Kofi Amwate was the first to speak about the status of work on the University of Environment and Sustainable Development, which is located in his constituency.
What some of the pre-construction activities he referred to in his first sentence are:
once conditions precedent to both the financing and commercial agreements between Master Contractor Construzioni Italia, SRL, and Government of Ghana are fully met. The contract for the roadworks has been awarded, and work has started on the site clearing. Contracts for the buildings to be constructed with funding from GET Fund have also been awarded, but the contractors are yet to move to site. It is estimated that the main works to be undertaken by Master's Contractor, the foreign contractor who signed the commercial and financial agreement with government, should start by December 2017 and will be completed in 24 months.
Former Deputy Minister for Education Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa also wanted to know whether government had taken a decision to relocate the school's second campus from the land originally located for it at Donkokrom.
My question has to do with the second campus of this university. This project, as was approved by this House, the facility which was approved by this House, should cover 2 campuses. I want to find out from the Honourable Minister what the plans are for the second campus and where would that second campus be?
The question was disallowed by First Deputy Speaker Joseph Osei-Wusu, who chaired proceedings. He insisted that did not form part of the question filed.
It arises from the answer. It arises from here.
The question was
from the first paragraph.
So many campus.
Yes.
That was not the question.
The University of Environment and
Can you give me a seat while I'm talking?
Speaking on issues relating to government's flagship free SHS program, the minister, Dr. Opoku Prempeh, hit at his critics of the policy from the minority side. He accused the previous NDC government of failing to pay a dime of their progressively free SHS policy started in 2015.
For paying students, it started in 2015-2016 academic year, and it continued to 100,000 students in boarding schools for the 2016-2017 academic year. By the time His Excellency the President of the Republic, and now the Dankwa Akufo-Addo, came into office, for those 2 years, 2015-2016 and 2016-2017, not 1,000 had been paid.
In a sharp rebuttal, MP for North Tongue and former Deputy Education Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa described the claims by the minister as false.
That statement is a palpable falsehood.
How much was paid?
We paid some money. I have asked the former Deputy Minister for Finance, Honorable Atufosin, who, you know, the payments are carried out by the Ministry of Finance. He's promised to provide, and we will make that information public. He says he has copies of the records of payment that we made, and I know for a fact that we made some payment. If the Honorable Minister had said that there was some arrears, that I will agree with him. There were some arrears, but to say on the floor of the House that we didn't pay a farthing, that is not accurate.
Deliberations for the day ended with a second reading of the Major Mahama Trust Fund Bill.
The Vice President, Dr. Mahama, has reiterated government's commitment to fight corruption in the country. Speaking at the launch of the driver's license smart card on Tuesday, Dr. Baumia noted that its rollout is part of government's transformational agenda to ensure that Ghana becomes modernized. He further charged staff of the DVLA to work efficiently to ensure the card serves its intended purpose.
There is no doubt we face a number of challenges, many of them interrelated. There are fake licenses, fake roadworthy stickers, fake number plates, fake documents. All these lead to security threats and massive revenue shortfalls to government. His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has been categorical about his unwavering desire to see the country's economy transform under his leadership, and we are working day and night to ensure this happens to the benefit of the people of Ghana who have reposed their confidence in the government. I'm looking forward to an effective, efficient, and sustainable DVLA in the years and months ahead. If we achieve these, I believe we can. Our road transportation sector will witness a huge transformation. The DVLA is one of the early adopters of the public sector drive to provide digital services. A few years ago, it began digitalizing driver and vehicle registration records, and the public sector is being encouraged by the government to adopt such steps and provide digital services for users, as this will save on time and money. Ladies and gentlemen, let me unequivocally say that the government fully supports any effort to make our public sector efficient, effective, and devoid of corruption.
And we have a lot more news. We'll be reviewing the newspapers, and then we'll also take a look at some of the stories as published on the various online portals.